What's up, everybody? Today we are doing rear brakes on a 2014 Altima S. Has 2.5 liter in it. It does have hubcaps on this one. These are just little aftermarket hubcaps, but we're just doing rear brakes on this today. I think I did a video before of brakes on a similar Altima. Pretty much all the Altimas are about the same, but just in case, decided I'll go ahead and do another video on this. Because people tend to like brake videos for some reason. I mean, it's just something a lot of people can do. But we're going to jack it up real quick. Alright. I got it jacked up, but I'm going to put a jack stand under it and go ahead and pull this tire off real quick. Then I'll bring y'all back. Okay, so we are back. Let me set y'all down for a minute. Alright, now that we got those loose, these are 14s on the sliders, and the caliper bolts are the same thing on this one. And the actual bracket is going to be a 19. Oh yeah, you can tell these right here are pretty wore out. Look at that. We'll probably use that for our cover picture right there, our thumbnail, because the back of this rotor is eat up. Yeah, I'll have to show it to you once I get it off. But yeah, I think it's 19. Yep. But the caliper bolts, they're 19s. If I can get it where y'all can see this. No, this ain't the best angle. You can barely get your ratchet in here on this top one due to this upper spindle mount. So you may have to use a wrench to get it the rest of the way off if you can't thread it out by your hand. Sorry, I had something itching my leg. There's our bolt right there. See if I can kind of tilt it a little bit. Oh yeah, should be able to get it all the way out with this. It's getting a little tight. Now, the rotor should just slip right off. Oh yeah. Look at that rotor. She was starting to get eaten. We did go back with O'Reilly brand rotors. They're not a sponsor or anything. And we got their import direct OE replacement pads. If you go to O'Reilly, the rotors are right there, 98007 0RGS. I can even talk today. Then here are the pads. I can find the part number. It is 1030905. These are the ones with the break-in compound on them, and only one of the actual pads has the squiller on it, and I did put it on the driver's side already. This is the passenger side, And because we already did the driver's side, just so I knew what size everything was. So I sprayed the rotor off with some brake clean, just because they do put packing grease on these. There's that. Here is our caliper bracket. I'm going to take the hardware off, and I'm going to clean inside of these grooves with a wire brush. Spray them down real quick. Get any big chunks off of it. Got new hardware on, put a little bit of brake grease on here. You don't have to put a lot, just enough to keep it from squilling. Like I said, alright, there's about all you really need. Just spread it out a little bit. Put a little bit of thread locker on them. I do have pads in the caliper bracket already. Slot mover. You ever really notice the smell of thread locker kind of stinks? At least the kind I use, because I use Loctite, and it has a horrible smell to it. Kind of like a stale, like old smell, I guess you could say. Cleaned off the sliders also. So I'm gonna put new grease on them. Plus the old grease is pretty dirty. So we're gonna put new grease on them just to be safe. Through there a couple times. Right, now I'm going to push the caliper back in. I'm going to do this with a C-clamp if I can position y'all. Piston's going in fairly easy. If y'all moving all around, I'm sorry. I got y'all held with my knees at the moment because I don't have my big tripod out here with me. Alright. Now I'll spray this off. Or we're going to spray the rotor back off one more time before we put everything back on. Put everything down. Now, putting some on the boot. I just like to do that. It's just a personal preference. You don't have to. I just feel like it kind of extends the life of the boots a little bit with them being lubricated. Alright, so I put a little bit on the contact areas of pads. And we'll slide them back on. I like to put the slider with the big rubber piece on it on the top. That's which one this one came out of, so we're going to put it back the way it was. So I'm going to tighten these down, spray everything off, and then before I end the video I'll bring y'all back. As y'all can see, very much needed brakes because that pad was completely gone and it started eating to the backing plate. And that is pretty much why we did the brakes on this. The other side wasn't nowhere near as bad. Both the pads actually look fairly decent on there. You can see it's still got the marks where the passenger side was worse, which they said it really didn't happen until they started hitting the they hit a deer, as you can see. So I'll have to change a headlight out on this thing soon. This is my sister's car, but we're going to pump the brakes for just to make sure the pads are seated, everything feels good. I'm going to look at our brake fluid real quick. Brake fluid's right here. Looks full. Fluid ain't too bad. Probably she's going to do the fronts. Whenever I do the fronts, I may go ahead and do a brake flush for her also. So, but this is going to conclude this video. I will put a link to everything down below in the description of all the parts and all that stuff. There'll be different brands than what I showed on here, but will be compatible, I promise. And I'll probably go ahead and put a link to the brake grease I use also for anybody interested in that. But like I said, this is going to end this video. If y'all enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and until next time, y'all have a great day.